Yo, what's up, podcast? This is your boy Thomas B back again with another episode about the business. And on today, I have a very special guest here with me. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, but today we want to talk about entrepreneurship. We want to talk about growth, and we want to talk about the ins and outs of business, just uh, what it's about. So we have a lot of good stuff for you all. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself without further ado.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shanshatara, but I'm also known as Miss Pristine. I am the owner of Pristine Sweet Treats, which is a baking business, and I am also the CEO and founder of a nonprofit organization called Hire to Inspire, which is a young women's empowerment group.
Okay, that sounds good. So what do you all do at Hire to Inspire? Um, what are you all about?
So, Hire to Inspire is basically a safe place for young women, ranging from the ages of 8, 9, 10, all the way to 18 years old, even 21. Just being able to basically be a big sister to them, to show them how life is supposed to be lived, abstinence, purity, self love, self care. Is really just a place for them to be open and be able to just talk and say what's on their mind.
That's what's up. We need a lot of places like that today in today's time because I hate seeing young women not being raised the right way. Men too, but it's really good to have women growing
Yes,
up the right way.
that's true. I agree with
hmm
that. A safe place too.
So, what about your cooking business? What you do there?
So it's a baking business. I make everything from sweet potato pies to peach cobblers, banana puddings, and cheesecakes. All the good stuff. So
Okay, so you should have brought some here with you. Then I can tell our
right.
listeners how good it tastes. But let me see.
Yeah, next time. Next
Next
time. See,
time.
that mean I gotta come back.
See, well, what we gonna do at the end? We gonna go ahead and get your information out so they can find out, how it tastes themselves.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
good. I promise you, they will not regret it.
Yeah, but if you want to send some by my way, that's be greatly appreciated.
I got you. I got you.
So what? Well, first I'm gonna ask about Hire to Inspire, and then you can get into Pristine. What made you get into Hire to Inspire?
So, growing up, I realized I didn't have a lot of positive examples.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the women that were a part of my life, it's not that they were not great women, that they were not strong women. They just were not what I would have wanted to pattern my life after. So, I wanted to be able to, number one, get my life to a place where young women would be inspired by me to want to live, a good life. So I wanted to have something for the generation that's coming up because a lot of times people love to talk about the younger generation and how bad they're doing and what they're doing wrong, but no one wants to help. So I wanted to be different. I wanted to be able to, be able to bring awareness to them on some things that they may be doing incorrectly, but also wanted to be that hand to help pull them up because that's important.
That's right. That's good. That is real important today. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I have 3 businesses right now,
Good
and
job.
I really, I really want to be able to help the younger generation
Absolutely.
as well.
That's our duty.
Right. That's our
That's what
job.
we're here for,
That's
right?
why exactly. So, I really, like what you're doing with all that. What about Pristine? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Pristine Sweet Treats, that little baby, it popped up on me. So I recently went through a breakup. I was engaged and I was broken up with, and I was sad. I can't lie. I was a little in my feelings about it. And it happened right before Valentine's Day, and so it was just a strange urge to just start baking. Never did I ever bake, but that moment I wanted to. So I
Right.
started to bake, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to just post it on social media and say, you want to buy some chocolate covered strawberries? Then you can buy some. And when I tell you, I made so much money this Valentine's Day, and I was just like, And then a name just kind of sprung up on me, like, Miss Pristine, Pristine Sweet Treats. There we go, and it just, boom, Pristine Sweet Treats was born. I know, it's
Yeah.
not a fun story, backstory, but it's here. So
yeah, I feel you. I just, after you give me the treats, and I can see how they,
back
taste
to
and
these
everything.
treats,
Man.
sir. Listen.
After I taste them, then, I can probably put the hit out on that guy that, that
What?
did
Right.
wrong. But
All of you that's listening, once you taste the treats, put the hit out on him.
He gonna have a lot of hits.
Right.
He gonna
be in the ground, right?
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. Well, I guess something good then came out of something
It
bad.
did.
So that's what's up. We got some positive, something positive out of it. So what's your dream with everything? I know you got the 2 businesses.
Yeah.
What's your dream with everything? How far do you want to go with it, and where you think it's gonna take you?
So I feel like Pristine Sweet Treats is really a hobby. I wouldn't mind having maybe a small bakery. If not, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with just doing it from my home, to be honest. But Hired to Inspire, I feel is more like my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what I was born to do. So one day I would like to open up, a building for young women to be able to come and have just that space to just be themselves and be open and to talk about the uncomfortable things that they may not feel like they can at home, and have a place where if they need, sanitary or hygiene items that is available and they don't have to feel bad. That's
Right.
I'm more so here to just show them love.
Right.
So I do want that to grow and to eventually have that for generations and generations. So
That's right.
definitely.
That's what it's about too. Having something and building it, and like right now, what I'm doing is local. But eventually, one day, hopefully, it can have squeaky clean in all 50
all
states,
over the world.
maybe
That's right.
in different countries and all that type of stuff. And I just be a leader in all that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't just start squeaky clean. I have a business to clean just for the fun of it.
Right.
I want to help clean up this community.
Right.
I want to help clean up the communities across the world. But
That's
first
so true.
starting here, and so that's what's up.
That's
man.
true, and I even hope to travel and speak. I know I got a chance to travel locally to talk to a lot of the girls, and that was pretty fun. I think that can really turn into something big.
Yeah, that's what's up, because it's needed. It's needed in today's time. It's needed to have good role models.
Yes,
I always tell people that, like, we look up to the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and all these people on TV, but they live in a life that almost 99.9% of us gonna never be able to live.
Exactly. It's not relatable.
Right.
It's more so just a dream. But to know somebody who came from your struggles, somebody that is from your community that know what you've been through, is a total game changer.
Yeah.
And it's more effective.
Yeah.
Right?
We need that. We need them type of people in our community. Like, I never could grasp the concept of me putting so much effort into liking all the different type of people. Like, I wanna the role models. The role models I wanna have is you. The role models I wanna have is my older brother that's doing something, my cousin, like that's where our role models need to come from.
Absolutely.
I tell people our first role models ought to be our parents, ought to be our mother and father.
Yeah.
So if the kids are out doing stuff and trying to be like the Jay-Z's or trying to be like the drug dealers or whatnot, like, something need to change.
Evaluate yourself, right? Yes, that's so true.
That's good.
There's a lot of parents, even this new wave of videos that's out, a lot of music videos are coming out, with women and men just being themselves. That's, talking about what they've been talking about for years. And a lot of people have a strong, argument. You can't think that these people are supposed to raise your children. You're supposed to be very active in your child's life, to where even if they do see that, they come and question you like, you know what, Mom, Dad, this isn't, like, what you do, is this okay? Exactly. Instead of them just automatically falling into that because they don't see a standard before them. So I definitely agree with you.
That's why I tell my wife, and like, because now I have 2 sons, and I want to raise them up in the environment. I want to be that role model. That I want them to be their own person. Like, I don't want them to hop on the bandwagon because everybody else is hopping on the bandwagon.
Right. Exactly.
It may sound strange, but I never own a pair of J's.
Right.
Pair of Jordans in my life.
It's not.
Because I never could grab that concept. Like, everybody else, like, when they come out, people standing in line to get it.
Yeah.
And like that's crazy. Like why would I want a pair of shoes that everybody else have on?
I did it once. I did stand in line once, but I learned my lesson. I was like, never again.
Never.
So I have not had a pair of Jordans as an adult. Now as a kid, I did. My mom had some for me, but as an adult, no.
But I think that's the type of stuff that we need to instill into our children, into the younger generation, because they stand in line spending $300-$400. I'm not trying to mess up anybody's hustle or hate on anybody or anything, but the mind frame behind it, I want to instill in them that you paying Jordan, you paying all the other people $100-$200 for their pair of shoes. Invest that money, invest that time into yourself. Yeah, so that's why I want to instill into my children.
That's important. Yeah. And to tell them, you work hard, you can play hard. If you do invest that in yourself and you come out a little big, then hey, go buy you a pair of Jordans if that's what you want. But I get the concept. You people spending $100 and $200 and don't have a car to put the shoes in, or don't have, gotta ask somebody for money to the next paycheck. It's your priorities. Yeah. It's definitely your priorities.
I'm gonna teach my children because they're gonna understand money. They're gonna understand money.
They need to. That's important.
Because like can't nobody make me understand how and do whatever they want. To whoever however they feel about it. Do what you want to do with your own money is yours. But can't nobody make me understand how you can spend $200-$300 on a pair of shoes, but you can't go buy a lawnmower for maybe $50, buy some gas for maybe $10, and go cut some grass and triple that money. You only spent $50 out of that $300 that you spent, and now you got your own little business. Yeah. Like,
no, people don't have an entrepreneurial mindset.
Right.
They're just like, I'm here, I'm working, and I just want to buy good stuff.
Right.
But nobody wants to create generational wealth.
That's what I'm saying.
They want to be rich. Rich don't last.
Right.
Wealth does.
Right.
Wealth is generational. It's passed down.
Right.
Don't nobody have that mind frame.
Yeah. So I can really appreciate what you're doing because that's what we need for our women, and that's what we need for even our men. We need to instill the right things, and a lot of times they don't have them role models to look up to. So it's good that it's somebody that's out here having a business, and who knows, you may have it here in St. Louis, or maybe get one down here in my location.
Right,
Get one in another in another city. Like that's a real good thing,
It's a good dream.
Yeah.
It's a good goal.
Yeah, and that's what you should shoot for, because I mean that's a real good thing to have somebody to talk to. Because sometimes that's all you need is somebody to understand you.
That's it. Somebody to just listen.
Yeah. So with everything, who inspired you to do all this, or who inspired you just to go further? Like,
okay, now you're trying to give me a trip. Okay, I just want to say I do have a plethora of women in my life that inspires me, from close friends to family members. My mom, let me say my mom first, okay? My mother, shout out to you, Mom, for having me. She did inspire me a lot. She was always the first to say, I made these mistakes, but I want you to be better than me. My mother has always told me that. And I could always appreciate that about her because she knew, the state that she was in and what she wanted for her children. But one of the other main people who inspires me is definitely my godmother. Candace, shout out to her at Divine Style Studio. She always pushed me. She pushed me to my greatest potential. She pushed me to be the best I can be. I always joke with her and say, like, you so hard on me. She don't let me slack. She don't let me let up on myself for a moment. She always knew and have known that I was meant to do something great and that I could be something great. And I always just appreciated her for pushing me. So this is my thank you to her. She inspires me a lot. She is a great mom. She's an entrepreneur herself, and she lives a life that is admirable. She don't take no stuff, and she's for doing what's right. And you can't help but to like kind of leech off that when you're around that a lot. So she definitely inspires me. And just, the world, seeing the state that it's in, that's inspiration in itself. Like, you can't live here and have a good heart, and not want to help change it.
Right.
You know, just like you have all the stuff you have, you want to clean up. You said you don't just want to clean houses, you just don't want to clean facilities, but you want to clean up the streets. Right. And that's a major thing to say because you see a need. Right. And it's because you live here, you love here. So that's what you want. You want to change it.
That's right.
And that's also for me, like, you live here, you get tired of complaining. What am I going to do? So that's more so what inspires me.
That's what's up, man. I like hearing all that because when we can look at somebody, and that's what the world need more of. We need positive role models. We need people that can inspire us to be better and be great.
Yes.
Because it's greatness inside of each and every one of us. We just need to be able to get it out. And that's what's up. That's what's up, man. It's just a matter of getting it out, and when we be able to get it out, we can inspire the next generation. Yeah. Because when we dead and gone, we have a generation that's coming up under us, and it have to be. Just say if nobody took on what you're doing, if they wasn't inspired by you and nobody took on what you're doing, then who they have to talk to? Like who will they have to confine in and be able to come to when somebody did something bad to them or just going through? Because kids go through too.
They do.
Kids
go through actually the most, I would say, because they deal with a lot. They're impressionable, so they're dealing with what's already pushing up on them based off of what they know or what they learned. So they confused. They like, I see this, but I know this. Like they going back and forth, you know?
That's right.
And so I definitely agree with that. And it was something else that you said. Everyone having something great in them. I think it's important for us to know that we all are individuals and that we have a gift. And our gifts may not be the same.
Right.
Because I know at one point in life, I was expecting my gift to be a certain type of way based off of who I was looking up to.
Right.
But then when I stopped doing that and actually tapped into me, like, what makes Tara?
Right.
You know, what makes me? What am I good at? I started to flourish more in my own gifts.
That's right.
So I think it is important for somebody to, like, whoever is inspiring people to let them know, hey, I'm this way. You may really look up to me, but don't get so caught up in me.
Right.
And really kind of take this and focus on yourself and figure out what you do, because we all got something that we're here to do. So. Yeah,
and that's where it starts at. That's why it take a person to look up at. Like when I was younger, I may not look the part, but I used to do a lot of stuff, like a lot of bad stuff with drugs and guns and just a lot of stuff. I mean, the environment that I live in, most people do it at a young age.
Right.
And growing up, some never get out. So I figured, like, I always had a desire to clean up and fix up my community. So I said, well, maybe I can go out here and sell drugs, get the money, because that's all I was seeing, people selling drugs, having money.
Right.
And I was like, that's the fastest way to get to my goal. Not knowing that I was hurting my community, not knowing that I was doing more harm.
You were part of the mess, right.
So, but what changed my mind is when I seen other people that wasn't doing wrong to have a good house, to have a good home. I thought the only how I could get that was either to sell drugs or to be some type of rapper, singer, or movie star or something.
Like they depict in the media, yes.
Yeah, so like it's good to have somebody to look up to be like, dang, this person, they not selling drugs, they not doing all this, and this person then came from the bottom, then worked their way all the way up to the top. That's the type of person that I want to look up to.
Yeah.
And that's good that you have that. That's good that, like, the people that inspire you, because that's all that need to happen. It's just like a little flame, and just you got a real little bitty flame, and you see that one person like, oh, she doing good, and then make that flame just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And then you see another person, oh yeah, then make that flame a little bit bigger.
And now you got a whole crossfire.
Yeah, so that's great, man, that you had good people to look up to that inspire you, and man, that's a great thing because we all need it. This episode was really good. Like I said, I told you all that this episode was going to be good. We're going to have somebody here that's going to tell you about business and talk to you about it. But one more question before we end everything,
Yeah.
you say your Hire to Inspire is that's a nonprofit, right?
Yes.
Okay, so with the nonprofit, like, where are you trying to go with that again? Like, I know you want to get into the schools and all that type of
Yes.
stuff, like.
So I am, if you all know, a school that is looking for, I don't know what they would call it, diversity, inclusion, because I'm African American. If they're looking for that, I'm definitely accepting schools, and I want to just take it to where I'm able to travel to different events, whether it's at churches or it's at schools or it's at colleges, anywhere. Honestly, anywhere that needs some type of light, love, inspiration, then I'm able to do that. So
Okay, so they can get in contact with you. How, like, you have a Facebook page?
yes, I do. My Facebook page for Hire to Inspire is HIGHER, the number 2, capital NSPIRE.
Okay.
It's Hire to Inspire. I know it's a little play on the words.
What about Instagram?
Yes, Instagram is the same. Hire to Inspire, the number 2, capital N. Yeah, and you can find me on there, and also my personal page for Facebook. You can reach me there too. It's Shanshatara Baker, ShanshaTara, last name Baker.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad to have you here on the show. Man, I want all my listeners to know that she's a good person. If you all want to get with her, go to her social medias, and she's open for invitation. If you all want to holler at her and get her to speak at an invitation. If you know some young ladies that need talking to, she's a good person to inspire, to a good person to just talk to, just a listening ear. So get with her on her Facebook and her Instagram. Again, this was a really good episode. It was a good place to talk, and I really appreciate you coming on today. So we're gonna go ahead and end this episode, but we'll be back next week with another episode about the business. Until then, holla.
Money can fix 80% of your problems. That's a financial situation. But now we're going to a financial situation. What causes financial situation? I tell a lot of people, poverty doesn't live in your pockets.
When we do stuff off of just in our feelings, in our emotions, being in our emotions on certain important decisions that we have to make